Yeah, hi everyone. So here we are just going to continue with the metal mastery here. Okay, right. So actually in the last session we just discussed about the MRP, right? So how the MRP works. Okay, so we just got some logic understanding. So now we are going to see, okay, so how this particular metal mastery is going to impact, okay, the production planning in terms of master data. Because we already told that, okay, we have a dedicated views for MRP where we will be feeding the information. Mostly this will be done by the metal management team. But we should ensure that, okay, so whether these all things are properly maintained or we need to give some kind of kind of checking and all those things we need to understand here. Right? Yes, because if something is wrong in this particular setup, so then we are responsible. Okay, so we cannot able to do anything on that because our particular production cycle is going to stop. Okay, right. So let's get into that. Okay, so let's get into MM02 and take an item. Okay, so go for MRP. Right, yes. So we are in MRP now, right? Yes, we are in MRP. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, so already we know about how this MRP is working. Okay, that thing is clear. So now coming to the other point. Okay, so we are going to discuss about, okay, how this MRP is going to identify all this data. Okay, how this MRP is going to identify this data. Okay, very simple. Okay, so it will go through some certain process here. Okay, it will go through some certain process here. First of all, okay, it needs to identify this item. If MRP needs to perform, okay, the MRP needs to identify this item. Without identifying this item, so MRP cannot able to perform anything, right? Yes. So if needs to perform here, okay, so what this MRP has to do, this needs to identify this. How this MRP will identify this material is related to MRP. So this MRP type. You can see this MRP type. This MRP type is responsible for identifying that material is relevant for MRP. Okay, you will have different type of MRP types over here. You can see that you have a different type of MRPs over here. In this you can able to see, okay, so there is a no planning and there is MRP. Okay, you can see this is very common. You have different type also. We will see that later. Okay, so now you can able to see we have a no planning, we have MRP. So this is MRP is activated, this is MRP is not activated. Very simple. If you give no planning, so what will happen? Okay, so the MRP will think that, okay, this item is not relevant to MRP, so it will go off. Okay, it will not come and search for this one. It will not come inside this material. Okay, it will not detect this item. So it will go off. Okay, so if the MRP goes, okay, nothing will work. Right? So MRP makes everything possible. So if the MRP is not coming up, so everything is gone. Okay, same thing. If the MRP is activated, only then MRP will think that, okay, this is our item, so we need to check that. Okay, yes. So even if it is a requirement is there or not, okay, first the MRP should identify this item, or else there is no use of that. Right? Okay, so this is the first thing. Okay, to identify this material is relevant to MRP or not, to bring the MRP into the site. Okay, once it identifies that, okay, it is an MRP item, so what is the next thing it will do is, okay, it will automatically goes to the MRP controller. Okay, I'm just showing you the path. Okay, I'm just showing you the path how the MRP will travel. MRP will travel to the MRP controller. Okay, and it will find, okay, who is the MRP controller. If anyone is there or not, it will find that who is the MRP controller is the production planner. We call it as, normally in the company we call it as PPC. Production, okay, process controller. Okay, so he will be the liaison between the production and the MM. Okay, if any requirement comes and all these things, he will be between these two departments and he will be helping us to, okay, doing all the process. Okay, yes, so that should be a person, there should be a production planner should be available. So only then this process can be done. Okay, there should be a production planner should be available. Okay, so MRP will check that, okay, if any planner is available or not, because there should be one person. At least we should have one person, okay, to be a liaison between these two departments. Okay, then only we can able to process this. Okay, so that thing is very important. Okay, so it will check for person. Okay, one person. Okay, then what this MRP will do is MRP will directly go for this lot sizing procedure. Okay, it will directly go to the lot sizing procedure. So what this lot sizing procedure will do is, for an example, okay, it will have, okay, how you want to give an output, okay, how the MRP needs to give an output for your requirement, okay, that you can able to specify over here. Okay, this is called common for everything. Okay, maybe it is an in-house, maybe it is a purchase, anything. Okay, it is a common. And here you can able to see there are a lot of options over here. Okay, the first thing you can able to see. Okay, so okay, daily lot size. If it is a daily lot size, what will happen is from morning to evening. So what are the requirements we got? Okay, to the MRP. MRP will collect all the requirements, and finally at the evening, okay, at the end of the day, it will give you one requirement. It will compress everything and make it as one requirement. That is a daily requirement. Daily one requirement. Right? So same thing. Go for the weekly lot size. Okay, weekly lot size means okay, same thing. All the requirements will be gathered for a total week, and it will be giving us okay one requirement. Okay, it will be giving you one requirement. Okay, same thing. If you go for the monthly lot size, okay, so it will take all the monthly requirement. Okay, all the monthly requirement, whatever you have, it will take all the monthly requirement, and finally it will convert into one lot. So how you will not, okay, how you want this output to be given, how you want the MRP to give an output. Okay, so you can able to take it from here. Right? Yes, same thing. Okay, so you have a lot by lot. Okay, normally if you don't have any strategy, you can give lot for lot. Lot for lot in the sense, okay, whenever you are getting a requirement, okay, MRP will propose that output. Okay, maybe it is a purchase or in-house production, that doesn't matter. But in any case, the MRP will work, okay, based on the condition. Okay, right. Okay, so these all things. Okay, first these all things, so MRP will identify. Okay, in MRP 1. So then it will automatically goes to MRP 2 here. Okay, so in MRP 2, one most important things. Okay, so many important things are there. The first thing is this procurement type. This procurement type defines, I told you, right, whether it is a purchase or in-house. So that will be defined over here. You can see, okay, whether this material needs to be done in-house or externals, that is being decided over here. Okay, so we are deciding that over here. Okay, whether it is an in-house or external procurement, we are deciding over here. Okay, so here if you decide that, okay, so it is an in-house production, so what will happen is, okay, it will automatically comes to the production. If it is deciding as an external procurement, it will automatically goes to the procurement. Very simple. Okay, sometime we will have both the procurement also. So in which case we have both the procurement sometimes. So that will be produced in in-house. Okay, so but sometimes we don't have the facility currently. The load is very high. So we have to procure from external. Yes, we can do. If we have both procurement types. Right? Yes. So now for our case, okay, mostly it will be an in-house production only, okay, because we will do in-house production, okay, which in terms of, okay, so what to say, okay, so it will be coming under in-house production. In-house means, okay, it will comes under the production, okay, so the MRP will give the output as a production. Okay, we will see that, okay, how the MRP will work. So we will be going for the run, okay, we'll be seeing that, okay, don't worry. Okay, right. So after that, okay, so what you have to do is, okay, you have production storage location. If you want to maintain, you can able to maintain, or else you have the option in the BOM. Okay, so when we go to the BOM topic, the next topic we are going to have, so there we have a provision. So if you want, you can put it here also, or else you can put it in BOM, wherever. Okay, yeah. Production storage location is once the product is produced, okay, so where the final product will be reaching. Okay, that it is related to production storage, because normally we don't have the storage location. Okay, so it is belongs to the middle management, but still, okay, we can able to have this one. Okay, then what about the next thing? Okay, so coming for the scheduling. Okay, once this is fine, then we will go for the scheduling part. Okay, scheduling part is nothing but, okay, so if this material needs to be produced, okay, how much days we need to spend. Okay, how much days we need to spend it over here. You can see 3 days for the production and 3 days for GR processing. Okay, so what is this 3 days for production? 3 days means, so once you start producing a material, it will take 3 days to complete that. So GR processing means, okay, so the time taken from the production to the store. Okay, whether it will take 2 days, okay, so some companies, okay, not all the companies, some companies will take definitely 1 or 2 days due to the traffic. Okay, so we'll see that. Okay, Then we'll be having a schedule margin key. This is also makes a very big impact. Okay, schedule margin key. This is also our configuration. So you can make a float. Okay, you can make a float in the sense, for an example, all the company will not have a very stable production planning. So some companies will not have been very stable. For an example, okay, I'm planning for a production tomorrow. Okay, but due to some reason I cannot able to complete the previous production. So the previous production which I'm running now, so it will complete after 2 days only. So I cannot start the next production. So that production will go forward, right? So that kind of non-stable situation will come. So I can maintain this. You can see I will maintain the float, okay, after production and before production here. Okay, after production and before production. I'm giving some cushion days. Maybe I will do before 2 days. Okay, before production I will give 2 days cushion. After production 1 day I will cushion. Okay, 3 days gap. Okay, I will give a cushion between the orders. So if any changes in the frequency or any changes in the previous or the upcoming orders, so I can able to manage. Okay, there won't be any big difference between that. Or else everything will be connected one by one, right? Everything will start by the end date of the previous production order. Okay, so on that particular case, if I go with one by one, so I cannot able to go. So I can able to use the schedule margin key. It is not relevant for all the companies, but still, okay, if you want, you can able to use this also. Okay, right. And finally coming into, okay, all these things are done. Okay, finally it will go for this. Okay, so we are going to see about the backflash also. So I will come back. Okay, when we go for the execution, I will explain about the backflash and the special procurement, all these things. Okay, we will see that later. Okay, now coming into MRP3. Okay, go to the MRP3 here. So the most important thing is the strategy group. Strategy group is nothing but, okay, so for an example, what strategy you are going to use for this material. What strategy? Okay, so we have different strategies over here. Okay, so most common strategies, okay, over here is 2 strategies we are going to see in the business cases. One is make to stock, one is make to order. Okay, one is make to stock, one is make to order. So 2 scenarios we are going to see, make to stock and make to order. Two scenarios we are going to have over here. Okay, these 2 scenarios we are going to perform. Okay, so most of the companies, okay, mostly 99% companies will fit into these 2 cases. Okay, either it is a make to stock or it is make to order company. Okay, so we are also going to see this complete cases. Okay, complete end-to-end business cases on this 2 part. Okay, we'll see that later. So but that can be covered over here. So maybe if you want to make to stock or make to order or whatever. For an example, if I want to go with make to stock, I can give a make to stock over here and enter. So this particular strategy will be a make to stock. Okay, this will be a make to stock. So you can define that. Okay, so based on that only your production, your planning, everything will be based on this particular strategy only. Okay, even the integration, okay, integration with other departments also based on this. Okay, we'll see that later. Okay, we'll see that later, but this is going to play a major role. Okay, right. Then the main thing is, okay, the availability check. Okay, so the availability check we are going to have here. So the availability check, okay, normally will be checked for, okay, so for the individual cases. In our cases, we are checking for the BOM also. Okay, so our availability check is not for this particular product here. Okay, so we are going to check for the individual components also, because this particular product has a bill of material. We are going to see that bill of material component level, we are going to check the availability also, because that availability is this availability. Okay, or else it cannot be possible to do that one. So we have a different type of availability check. There is a big configuration is there. Okay, there is a configuration for making this availability check, and there is a rule for maintenance. We have a rule for maintenance on all these things we have. So we are going to see that particular case, right? Yes. Okay, so now here you can see the daily requirements. Mostly the daily requirements will be used by, okay, so for the MTS case, okay, at MTS case, we don't bother about the target. We don't have any other target here. So daily requirements, we will take daily requirements and we will work on like that. And individual requirements means, okay, it will mostly for the MTO, okay, make to order scenario, because each and every, okay, individual requirements we need to consider and we need to work on that. Okay, that is how it will be made on that particular case. Okay, we are going to plan accordingly. Same thing for the batches. Okay, if you are activated the batches, the batch management, okay, so based on the batch, the availability will be checked. So it will check each and every batch, whether this is available or not. It will check each and every batch and it will work on. right? Yes, same thing. If you give no check, okay, the MRP will think that, okay, so this item is not relevant for availability. It will not check the availability. If the availability is not checked, okay, so it will not be used for any other case. Okay, MRP will not move forward. Okay, it's very important to maintain the right. Okay, so availability check here. So we have a configuration also, we'll see that later. Okay, so when we go to the execution part, we can see that. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm coming for MRP4. Okay, MRP4 we don't have anything, we just have only the production version, the most important thing here. So but now it is not relevant. Okay, so we can able to see. Okay, so on this particular case, what is the particular case in the sense? So we can see this production version in the master data. We have upcoming master data called production version. So if you maintain there, it will come here automatically. Okay, so or else you can maintain here, it will come there automatically. Okay, either way you can able to process that. Okay, we can see that later. Okay, right. The next thing, the most important thing is the work scheduling. Okay, so here we need to maintain the work scheduling here. So work scheduling is nothing but, okay, so who is actually the production supervisor for this item, who is responsible for this item. And again, okay, you have a lot of options like production versions over here, and you have a serial number profile. Okay, if you want to maintain a serial number, the serial number or batch, either option. Okay, you want to go with a batch or a serial number, that is your decision. Okay, so if you want to go with a batch or serial number, the purpose is same. Okay, the purpose of using the serial number or batch will be mostly same. So which one you have to go, you can go with that. Why? Because the serial number is very important. This, for an example, you will be producing a car. Okay, you will be producing a car of 10 numbers. All the 10 number of car will look similar. Okay, you are delivering this to 10 different customers. If any customer is giving any complaints on all these things, the first thing the car company owner will look into the serial number. What is the serial number of this product? So they can able to find that. Okay, why they want to find the serial number is, so they can able to find a serial number means they can able to find which production order it was manufactured. What are the components we used? Okay, so if any problem in the production, everything we can drill down. Okay, from that serial number we can drill down everything. Okay, which particular order we have sold. Okay, even the invoice, which invoice we sold, which production order it was produced, in which components it was sold, when the components was delivered by the supplier, everything from the bottom to the end we can able to get it from there. Okay, so you will get it everything. Okay, so that is based on that. Okay, that is based on that. Okay, so just have that idea very clearly, or else you will be in trouble. Okay, yes, so whether you want a serial number or a batch management, it's your decision to make that one, whichever is convenient for you, you can use that. Okay, right. Yes. Okay, then other things are not impacting for MRP here. Okay, finally we need to go for the accounting here. Okay, accounting and costing will be common for everyone. Okay, so every particular material, that doesn't matter, but still, okay, yes, coming for this accounting, you can able to see two things are very important here. One is this valuation class, and second is this pricing control. Two things. So valuation class, okay, valuation class is nothing but, for an example, so every particular material type will have a valuation class. Okay, every particular material type will have a valuation class, because this valuation class has a very big configuration into the finance. Okay, the finance will be integrated with any module, okay, using this valuation class to get the real-time data and real-time actual cost and everything. Okay, mostly all the related financial data, so they will be getting through this valuation class. Very important. Okay, so they will be getting in this particular valuation class. Okay, yes, so that's why we will be giving that. Okay, during the integration, okay, when we discuss about the integration, I'll explain that. So how this particular finance is getting all the details through here, so we can able to get it very clear. Okay, right, so it's having a very big integration. Okay, so mostly, okay, it's not with the PP actually. Okay, so but with the MM, because this metal master belongs to MM. So with the MM, okay, this particular valuation class, and we have a automatic account determination. Okay, we call it as automatic account determination. So it will be automatically connected over there. Very important. Okay, right. And same thing, you have to go for the pricing control. You have two type of pricing control over here. Okay, one is related to a standard price, one is a moving average price. So what is the difference between the moving average price and this particular standard price? Is very simple. For an example, if you go for standard price or moving average price, Okay, so we normally maintain the standard price here. Okay, we normally maintain the standard price for the finished product and semi-finished product. Why? Because the price should not be changed. For an example, you manufacture a car. The manufacturing of car, so you will not change the price frequently, right? Every 6 months or 8 months only you will change the price, right? So or else you will not change the price frequently. Why? Because if you change the price frequently, what will happen is you cannot able to survive in the market. Same thing, that is the reason. So if you want to make it a standard thing, so you will go for the standard price. But the moving average price, mostly we will give it for the raw material. For an example like this, so you will be having a raw material over here. For an example, you are buying a steel. The steel price you are buying for 10 rupees per kg, for an example. So first you are buying for that, on the next day, so the price is increased to for an example, you can take it for 15 rupees. So it will be automatically into 15 divided by 2. Automatically it will calculate the moving average price. So 10 you bought as of now, tomorrow you are buying for 15. So 10 plus 15 divided by 2, what is the average cost? It will be around some price, right? So that price, they are just making as an average. And again the price is decreasing. Again that will be calculated and divided by 2. So actually the price is getting updated by this particular method here. So you will always get the so actual price. You will get the actual price using this particular method. Using this particular method you will be getting that. That's why we are using the standard price for that and moving average for this. And also you can see there is a metal ledger activated. You can see the metal ledger activation here. You can see this is for real-time analysis of material to find out what is the actual cost of this material. So mostly this is actually in ECC, this metal ledger concept is not mandatory, but in S4HANA the metal ledger concept is mandatory here. Without this, even you cannot able to create a material. Everything will be blocked. This should be activated. You can see that is an activation on over here. You can see the metal ledger activation over here. You can see that. You can see the metal ledger activation is over here. Yes. So this activation is mandatory. Without this activation, we cannot able to do anything on this. So it needs to be activated. So that is how it will work. Same thing, go for accounting 2. There you can able to see this is relevant to the complete finance. They can able to maintain all these things. LIFO, FIFO, so whatever they want, they can able to maintain. This is not relevant to us. Not going to impact us also. Same thing for the costing 1 also. It is purely of their point of view. So we don't have anything on that. So but mainly a costing 2 you can able to see this is something relevant to us, because so here where the costing department here where the costing department will be giving their cost. So what will be the previous cost and what is the current cost and what is the future cost, everything will be updated over here. So this is done by the costing department. There is a separate department over here, so called as costing department. So they are responsible for making this. So they will be updating this cost for very frequently. Some companies for every month, some companies every 3 months or every 6 months, like that. They will be updating this. So based on that, we will be getting this current, previous and future cost as it is. Right? Yes. So these all things are the impacting things from the metal master you need to understand, because we don't have any responsibility on the configuration or any other things here, because this will be taken care by the metal management completely. So but we need to know what are the impacting files, because these all the information is coming to our execution part. We are going to use this material for creating a bill of material, all these things. So we need to know about this material, what is the impacting on all these things. So then only during the integration or sometime you need to debate. You want to debate with the particular setup, you want to debate. Right? Yes. So this is how the metal master and its particular process are there here. So I hope so the metal master point is very clear for you guys. Right. So now the next thing, so the most awaited thing what we are going to see is we are going to discuss about the bill of material. So we are going to discuss about the bill of material over here. So one of the most important concept. So it is bill of material. So this is what we are going to see. Bill of materials. So why it is so important is so bill of material we can able to call this as the list of operation. So it is list of a list of components. Okay, BOM is nothing but, okay, it's a list of components. Okay, list of components in the sense, if you're going to manufacture something, so what are the list of components you need for that particular setup? So that is called as list of components of this BOM. So you're going to manufacture something. Okay, for an example, you're going to manufacture something. What are the components you need for that? Okay, very simple. For an example, you are going to manufacture car. Okay, so car will be the finished product, right? Finished goods. And what are the other things you need? For an example, you need a body of the car. Okay, body of the car. Okay, maybe we can call it as, this is a SFG. Okay, it's a semi-finished goods, right? Then for other things, what you need? For an example, you need an engine and you need a tires and all these things. What these all things we call it as, okay, we can call it as a raw materials, right? These are the raw materials. So you can able to see these are the list of components we need, okay, to manufacture this final product here. Okay, so we need to manufacture on this final product over here. So using this list of components only, we are going to do that. But this particular BOM can be done with the different levels. Okay, different levels, you can have a different layers and all these things we are going to see. Okay, we have different type of BOMs and different levels of BOMs and different usage of BOMs. Okay, and we have alternate BOMs. There are different type of options. It will be so interesting. So we are going to see that. Okay, so let's see that particular part. Okay, right.